My name is Dede Franz, and I've been involved with MDI over the last few years, primarily going to Ukraine to do women's conferences. MDI trips are incredibly life-transforming. I think a lot more for us than who we minister to. You could ask any of us, and I think we'd probably say that because God is such a personal God. He's always working in such diverse ways at the same time. And so working with MDI, going with them on a trip, it is hugely transformational to an individual. But then relationally, it's a wonderful thing to get your heart involved with other people across the world, to get out of your own culture and out of your comfort zone. MDI does a fantastic job of taking care of its people. They are open and listening all the time to the teams they're taking and responding to how can we make this better the next time we bring a team. And so each one of the trips I've been on in particular, they've learned and changed. And this was the best trip ever out of the 4 I've taken with them. With MDI, you also are in a wonderful atmosphere of discovering what God is going to do. Rather than, here's our plan and we're going to walk it out, there is an openness and a reception to, how is Jesus going to shape this as we walk it out? And so, personally, there's been a huge growth in me just to learn more and more to just walk with my hands open and not tight-fisted and hanging on to this is the way it should be, but just open-handed. Okay, Lord, what would you have for us today? One of the greatest impacts on me, I'm a detail person and not a big picture thinker, not a visionary, and yet to catch a vision that it is possible to change a country by affecting these people was so dramatic to me. There's a strength in believers coming up in the country that the Lord has established in them, an understanding, a commitment to Him that is so much stronger than most of my typical American friends and myself. So that opportunity to encourage and equip this younger generation coming up is so exciting. I think one of the greatest gifts that Marty brings to a mentoring situation, and I can say this for Steve too, is a genuine humility. They are very other-centered, and they're as mentors, they don't come thinking, I'm ready to fix you. I want to find out what your problem is. I'm going to zero in on it and shape you up. They have such a genuine care for the people in their lives, whether they're involved with them through MDI or personally, whatever, that there's just a love for the person initially, and then a very focused grace orientation. In other words, I'm the chief of sinners. Before I'm ever going to talk to you, I don't come to you as a perfect person. That has also been a hallmark of what we've carried in to Ukraine in ministry, is the sense that we don't have it all together. We are coming to just share with you the things that the Lord has taught us, to encourage you, to equip you. I think MDI is a unique organization because of that baseline of humility, where the belief is not, we have everything and we're going to give it to you. It is, we're going to hook you up with people. We're going to find people in their gifts in the body of Christ, their strengths, their experiences that God has given them, and plug them in places where they can be used the most. That is so exciting to me. I also love the personal aspect of the mentoring and coaching, that it is based on relationships, that it's not about buildings, although they help get those built, and those are important. But primarily it is Jesus Christ and His body. How do we bring people into His body? How do we strengthen His body? How do we nurture, encourage? How do we comfort? I've also watched them confront someone in a leadership position lovingly, but to say, you know, if you're teaching this is not biblical truth. If this is what you're communicating, you're not giving a full picture of the gospel. And also, what a joy to hear, because Steve and Marty had invested for years in that relationship as a friendship, as a loving relationship, that person was able to hear what they had to say with incredible openness and came right back asking for Steve and Marty to equip them and train them and teach them further.